Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's Friday. The perfect time for a Friday Fright Night. Well, this is a segment I've been doing that my very good friend, the Horror Freak 85, came up with, where he picks a certain theme, and we find a horror movie that fits that theme and do a short review. This week's theme is 90s Nightmares. Now, I actually watched a movie called Bride of Reanimator, which I thought was a 1990 film, but it turns out it was a 1989 film, so I had to pick something else. And I thought about it for a while. And a movie that I've actually been wanting to revisit and watch again is Body Melt. Now, Body Melt is a 1993 film which runs approximately 82 minutes and is written and directed by Philip Brophy. Now, this stars Gerald Kennedy as Detective Sam Phillips. He was actually in Wolf Creek 2. Stars Andrew Daddato as Jono. He was in a movie called Ned. Never really heard of it. Ian Smith as Dr. Carrera. He was in a bunch of TV. And Vince Gill, and no, not the singer, as Pud. Now, I recognized immediately, but then I was confirmed when I watched the making of on the special features of this. He was actually the Knight Rider from Mad Max. Now, this is an Australian film. It was made for approximately $1.6 million. It was shot in 92, finished in 93. It was shot over the course of 30 days. And the filmmaker originally wanted to make an anthology film, but couldn't get the funding based upon the subject. And when you watch the film, you can kind of see how he wanted to do that. At least I could when I read that. Now, a brief synopsis on this film. There is a vitamin which a company has been testing on a small kind of rural area, and they're testing it based on the fact of what it does to people. It's supposed to make you healthy and vibrant and all that kind of stuff, but it actually makes you melt, for lack of a better word. And that's pretty much all I'm going to get into with it. There is a lot more to the story. This film and I have a very odd history. And it's kind of appropriate that I do this review for the Horror Freak 85. Reason being, last week he just did a kind of like an overview of a channel called Tubi. Now, I've been into Tubi for probably about 9 months now, and they do have a lot of free horror. The thing is, it gets interrupted by commercials, but nothing is cut out, and that's kind of just the way it is. If you want to watch it for free, you have to watch the ads as well, and that's fine with me. This was actually the first movie I watched on Tubi. Not even sure if it's still on there, to be honest with you. It's been on there for quite a while, but I'm not sure if it's on there now. Now, when I first watched this film, I didn't really like it at all, to be honest. And I think the reason is I was expecting something ultra gory and ultra kind of creepy. And basically what you get with this film is a kind of tongue-in-cheek, somewhat gory. I mean, there is gore to be had in there, definitely. It's kind of like a social commentary, if you will. And I guess I wasn't expecting that and didn't really care for it. So what did I think about it this time? Like I said, I've been anxious to revisit this. I did win this as a prize along with a few other things from my very good friend Seth from Celluloid Terror last year. And like I said, I've been anxious to revisit this. A lot of people hold this in high regard. The odd thing about this film is, and kind of like a weird coincidence, is I actually won this from Seth, who is, well, he lives in Pennsylvania now, but he was always in my home state of Maryland. And I met him at Monster Mania last October in order to pick up my prize, because he was going and I was going as well, and rather than him have to ship it, he just kind of... I met him there and we talked for a while, and, you know, I've known Seth for quite a while. But what's weird was this had just gotten released from Vinegar Syndrome. And they actually had it there. Vinegar Syndrome had a table at Monster Mania last October. And I saw it there and I was like, you know, I really didn't like this film, so I'm not going to pick it up. And, you know, even with the really nice slipcover that it had, and, you know, so on and so forth. So now I'm finally rewatching it, and I'll have to say, I really enjoyed this film. And I think the reason why I didn't the first time is because I was expecting something completely different. So, yeah, that's basically to make a long story short. Do I regret not getting it on Vinegar Syndrome? No, because I can probably order it now or sometime. But I am really glad that I watched this again, and I did really enjoy it. So, have you seen... Oh, another thing I wanted to do is throw out a shout out to Richard's Reviews too. He was also a person who got me to want to revisit this film. He has an awesome channel. I will put his links in the description box. He's a young guy. He's English, I do believe, or British. And he has immense horror knowledge. And he has a pretty darn good collection. So definitely check him out. Really nice person. Really like his channel. Let's give him some love and support. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time.